Hello guys, welcome to another video. We're going to Gobi Walnut to get some pieces of wood. We're getting a slab, right?
Yep, we're getting a big walnut slab for a big floating shelf. Should be a pretty cool project.
Yeah. See you in the next clip. The guy who helped us, his name was Phil. He works at Gobi Walnut and he cuts down slabs that needs to be cut off. He cut off the ends of ours because they had staples in them and they were too long for what we needed.
Oh, hey everybody. So we've got the underside of our slab here. We did some epoxy work on it yesterday just to fill all the cracks. The dark part here is actually where we did a coat of shellac. That basically keeps the dark epoxy from soaking into places we don't want it to soak into and staining the wood. So then when we sand all this excess epoxy off, we have a nice transition between the cracks and the wood without any staining where we don't want it. And then we will finish this epoxy later today, but for now we're actually going to flip this over, figure out where we're going to cut this. This is going to be a big floating shelf, so we need to make a cut line where it's going to go up against the wall. So we'll get to that here in just a bit. All right, so here's the plan. If you can see this here, this is a drawing from our customer. They reviewed this picture and they kind of gave us an idea of where they wanted that cut. And so, you know, we're going to go off some measurements they gave us. The cut line might not be exactly here, but that's the general idea. And I'm actually glad that we're going to be cutting this off, because this slab, all these kind of yellowish looking places, it's actually where the wood rotted a little bit. And you know, I could normally deal with that, like with some penetrating epoxy to get the wood hard again so that we could work with it well. But the fact that I can just cut this off is really nice. It saves me a lot of work, and so that's a good thing. Now we're going to kind of figure out exactly where our cut line is going to be, and then we'll cut it and we'll proceed. Yeah, so as you see here, the Restore is a special tool that kind of rotates. It's got this drum head here with an abrasive wheel, and it's really kind of perfect for getting off some of the bark, some of the leftover bark, and just kind of smoothing out these live edges without taking it down too far. It just leaves a nice natural shaped edge. Some of this part here that's like actually broken off, we'll deal with that a little bit differently, probably with a sander. Just get that nice and smooth. But the rest of this, it's a nice live edge. We'll get it looking really good. And we'll show you a little bit of footage while we're doing it, and then we'll come back when we're done.